West Country Wanderings. Today you meet me at Newent in northwest Gloucestershire, where we're at the International Birds of Prey Centre. So why not join me on this tour, this fabulous site here, looking at all of the birds of prey.
It's a bit like the chocolate at the till in the supermarket, which I think should be banned because it's grossly unfair. So the first thing you buy, it's not good food. Shut the gate, make sure the bird doesn't get out. Just checking you're awake. Now be warned, this falcon will do a disappearing act to start with. It's perfectly normal. How long he does it is completely up to him, because once you let them go, of course, you don't have much control about when they come back. I did once have somebody accuse me of flying them on a piece of string, which I thought was pretty damn clever if they were going around the trees and not getting tangled up. They are not on a piece of string. Wait a minute, they're not going yet, so I have to get ready. But he does wear a radio transmitter. And if you've got very good eyesight, you will see a little thin wire hanging from his tail, and that's the aerial of the transmitter. And so what I do is, as I know he goes off, but usually I don't know where he is, I always find you look that much more professional if you're facing in the right direction. Because he had a really annoying habit of disappearing in one direction, and I'm standing there looking like a complete crap, and he comes in from the other direction. So Ash is going to come down, and if it looks like, hang on, he's going to do a disappearing act for long, he'll just turn the receiver on and tell me where the bird is. So what we have here, and all of you keep looking up today, pray there are no buzzards around, otherwise my boring. Have you got a signal? Good. Did you see a buzzard? I didn't see it. Alright, so long as it's not here at the end of the demonstration. So that is a Saker falcon. Hope you enjoyed it. For 4 years, he's just getting up a little bit of height from where I am behind the copper beech. There he is. Good. He's climbing nicely. And what he learnt to do in that very hot weather was he learnt to thermal fly. It's the first time he's learnt to do it. It only took him 4 years. And now, of course, it's gone to his head because he wants to go and find a thermal. And he actually might find one today. Thermals, in case you don't know, and I'm sure you all do, but I'm going to tell you anyway, are a rising current of air, warm air, that goes up. And if you're a bird and you hit one, particularly a good one, it's a bit like being in quite a speedy lift on a high-rise building. Can you see it, you lot?
Yeah.
Can you? How annoying. I can't. Is there a tree that I'll do more of those? So basically it's sort of bribery interruption. What? You keep all of you looking up. I don't think there's anything there. Right, would you like to do that again for us? If you'd like to go over, get some more height, come directly over here. When a bird of prey looks up, it means there's another bird of prey up there. This perishing buzzard. That's all right. So long as it goes away before the end of the demonstration, we'll be fine. He doesn't mind about buzzards. We do fly the 2 Andean condors. The two comes directly over the top. I'm going to give him a vertical and see if we can show you what he can do. Ho! Woo! Yes! But I thought that was pretty special. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Me too. Right, so I'll take him away and we will have somebody else down here who'll be a little bit closer to you.
That's the one that Amy said hi to, and then it answered back. When you first come into that owl building.
Can we do that? There we go. Alright, so can I have a quick show of hands? Who has seen or heard Oxamil today already? Yeah, I'm not surprised. He is one of our more high-profile characters here at the ICBP. So as I said, he is a spectacled owl, and he's quite noisy. But he wouldn't be this noisy in the wild. In the wild, he'd be a lot more chilled out, a lot more quiet. But because he was raised by us, he knows that if he keeps making noise, he's going to keep getting attention and keep getting food. Now, in the wild, these guys would be a lot more silent, and that's because of the way they hunt. These guys are ambush predators. They're native to Central and South America, in the Amazon rainforests, for example. And you can see some brilliant coloration that helps them camouflage into his surroundings. So the way this guy would hunt is he'd find a nice perch up in a tree somewhere, and he would sit and wait, camouflaged amongst the shrubbery, and just let his prey cross his path. These guys have great patience, and they have no problem waiting for something to come to them. And then, when he's sure he can get it, only when he's sure he can get it does he get it. And that's what we're seeing a little bit of here. He's a little bit pensive sometimes. There you go. So he's not in any rush. We don't fly them the same way we fly a falcon or a kite with constant movement. These guys go perch to perch, and only when they're sure they can get the food. And the reason these guys can be sure they'll get food is because of where they live. Like I said, these guys are from the Amazon rainforest, and there is a huge amount of biodiversity there, which means they have a really large menu. To make it a little bit easier for himself, what do you reckon? Too many people? See, now you're just making me look silly for all the people. Okay. Let's go back in. What's the mill? He's completely distracted now, and derailing my entire demonstration. Come on, buddy. There we go. Good boy. See, as I was saying, these guys are a huge menu. They're happy to take small rodents up to fairly large mammals like tamarins and three-toed sloths. But they'll also take bats, small birds, amphibians, reptiles, insects, you name it. These guys are sure that something is going to cross their path because there is so much out there that these guys can eat. Which explains why they're doing pretty damn well in the wild at the moment. We do have to talk about the birds that are endangered, but it is also nice to talk about the birds that are doing, pretty well, and these guys are. As long as we in our rainforests, these guys are going to be okay. Our female Vero's eagle, or African black eagle. And these guys are the eagle birds that we fly here. She is the big girl on the block. She is the one with the power, the one with the great big feet. We've spoken a lot today about the size of the bird's feet and the sort of indication that that gives you of their potential hunting capabilities. I'll take your head off this way. And she really is the big girl on the block. She has the biggest feet of all the birds that we fly here, with the most power. She is a big girl. She weighs in actually quite light considering the size of the bird, at around about 3.7 kilos, something like that. But she is very much a very powerful predatory true eagle. She's a member of the Aquila family, so very much the true hunting eagles, like the golden eagles and so on, that we get in this country. And golden eagles are a very close relative of these guys. Are we coming this way? No? She's very, very laid back. These guys really need, come on, you can do it. They really need a large open terrain. Mountainous terrain is ideal for them. Lots of wind, lots of breeze to really inspire them. Where they come from, down through sparsely populated through South and Central Africa, they live in very mountainous terrain like Drakensbergs. And they are a very potent but quite a specialist hunter. Take a look at the size of those wings as she flies. She has a big wing surface area, but it's quite a scalloped, trailing edge to the wing. It's quite shaped, it's quite specialist for riding the lift that is generated on the wing that comes up through the mountains and rises off the face of the rocks and stuff like that. The fish eagle family, the Haliota species, is very different. They have a big broad wing, but it's very buoyant. It's a very big wing surface area. They're just turning off into wind. You're going to make that one? You're going to bail and go that way. She does struggle a little bit, bless her, in this kind of terrain with the ability to turn to use the wind quickly. Don't you, sweetie? Come on. Good girl. There we go. Very nice. So they are not quite as buoyant and not quite as powerful in their ability to take off from enclosed spaces as the fish eagles are. And that's simply a nature sort of born out of where they live and how they operate in the wild.
Nice and still. Look at the legs. They are very cool legs. And actually, if you go and have a look in the aviary about 3 down from where he is, you will see a little owl. And don't tell the little owl I said this. They're very, very closely related to little owls. The little owl's legs are positively stubby. But don't tell them I said that. No, you're not that hole. It's okay. Go around to that hole there, please. What? What can you see? Right, down the hole. Good boy. And back the other way. Back the other way. Good boy. Well done. Now, you can see that the holes are very important to him. In fact, if a buzzard does come over, he goes somewhere and doesn't come out. And I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is a design fault in these holes. Excuse me. Down the hole. Back the other way. Back the other way. Good boy. And the design fault is that if he goes down that one and to come out, and one of us puts our arm down one end, and one of us puts our arm down the other end, we can't reach the middle. That's a bit of a problem. Now, as I said, they are called burrowing owls and they do burrow. They are found, they could be armadillos, they could be marmots. Right, do not sit too close because if you frighten them, I'll be very annoyed with you. Got that? Good boy, well done. So, in North America, you don't like that hole. You went down it yesterday, but you didn't like it. You came out covered, I told you. Go around the hole. Right, down the hole. Good boy. Back the other way. Back the other way. Back the other way. Very clever. In North America, there's an animal called a prairie dog, and prairie dogs build huge, what are called prairie dog towns. If you've ever seen a really old rabbit warren, and literally they can cover acres, that's a bit like a prairie dog's town, and they're about as unpopular as a leaf. Could I have it back? They're about as unpopular with farmers as rabbits are, and they have what's called a symbiotic relationship between them and the burrowing owls. Because they've got so many spare holes, they have lodgers. Not all the lodgers are exactly what you'd want.
Well, I hope you enjoyed those flying displays. I particularly enjoyed the burrowing owl. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope to see you all again soon. Take care. All the best now. Cheers. Bye bye.